What's up, everyone? Doesn't this look familiar? Ow. Ow. I'm back home and I just finished my first semester of college. I finished all my finals last week. It was a wild ride, let me tell ya. And today I'm going to be walking through and saying some things that no one ever told me about college and things you don't really know until you get there. You kind of have to figure them out. But I'm going to go through kind of a list and yeah, let's get started. Okay, first things first, I feel like my experience has been way different because of obviously everything going on. I feel like my college experience is way different than even like the twins' first college experience. So I feel like the lessons I learned might be different than what normal people learn. Normal people, not pandemic college kids, I guess. I'm not really sure what they're called. But yeah, so I guess like the first thing I've learned is like, I guess the best advice I can give people who are like high school seniors or looking at their college is no matter what, you're gonna be happy. And that's something that was hard for me to like grasp as I was like, oh, I have to make the right decision, like I have to go to the right school. And I do ultimately think I did go to the right school for me, but I think if I had picked even another school, like I was still gonna have friends there. I was still gonna like do all these things. And it's kind of like no matter what, you're gonna have friends, you're gonna have good classes, you're gonna have professors you like, you're gonna have all these things. And it just like those variables like change depending on where you go. But no matter what, like you're gonna have a good experience. And even Brooklyn was telling me like you'll have like the same experience just with like different people. So that's something that was really good for me to hear. And I definitely do believe that's true, that like no matter what, everybody has kind of the same universal college experience. It's just different depending on what school you go to. So that really like takes a lot of the pressure off of like when you're making decisions for like which college you're going to go to, because ultimately you're gonna have a good experience no matter what. And like picking the college that you go to isn't really gonna change anything. Second thing, oh, there's just so many things. I guess this is more related to like the pandemic, but the second thing I learned is that your experience is what you make it. And like I've met a couple people who are like, oh, like I haven't really gotten to make friends because I can't like go out and see people. And really it's just kind of what you make it. If you sit there all day, then yeah, you're not gonna make any friends. But if you're like responsible, and there are ways to meet people even with the pandemic and stuff like that, and if you go out and you like really work for it, you will meet people. And like even non-pandemic related, like if you just sit in your room all day, then yeah, you're probably gonna be bored, probably not gonna meet people. So you really do have to kind of make that effort. So you really just have to like study groups. And even now with like Zooms, you can meet people on Zoom and through your classes in Zoom and stuff like that. You get what you give effort for. If you don't give any effort, you're not really gonna get anything. So my next tip is read the ratings on your professor. Rate my professor. Literally probably my best tip for college students. Use it, and use it a lot. But don't necessarily like just look at the ratings, look at the comments, because I wouldn't necessarily say like a high rating means a great professor, because obviously professors, like it's kind of biased, like it's I don't know what the word I'm thinking of is. It's subjective. Like teaching is subjective, and like some people think that they're awesome, and some of my worst professors, like people thought they were awesome, and I was like, oh, I didn't like a lot of them, they weren't the best, but then the ones that I really liked, like other people thought were the worst. So I would read the comments and see what people have to say about them, and see if that's something like you're fine with or something you like. And sometimes like I would read them and I'd be like, oh, that's something I want in a class, like I want that professor, so then I would pick that professor. So use Rate My Professor and use it religiously, because it is a big help. If a professor has like a lot of comments saying something that you don't learn well from, like they do something that you won't receive well, then don't pick them. And that's just like common sense, but truly Rate My Professor, any rating, I don't know if there's probably more websites like that, but any ratings or just talking to kids and seeing like what they thought of the professor and what they did, using those resources will help you a lot. I promise. Alright, my next thing nobody told me is that I thought when I went to school that I was going to like cook a lot more than I do, I guess. And I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like people even that I'm like friends with and my roommates, we don't cook a ton. And like I remember before I left, like I had recipes, like I had a recipe book. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make all these recipes, fridge inspiration for how I was gonna organize things. And like I kid you not, I think I went to the grocery store 3 times. Like I'd stop and like pick up a few things, but like I like to go an actual grocery shopping haul like maybe 3 times my entire first semester. And like honestly, like I just didn't really have time. And I know that's like a lame excuse, like yeah, you can make time if you want to make like good food, but you can make good food that's like easy and quick and easy to store. And like honestly, one of the 2 things that I kept on me at all times was pancake mix and rice. And that is like what I ate for every meal, me and my roommates. And like we would do something where we'd like make conjoined meals, so like somebody would just make a huge meal and then we'd all eat it, and that helped a ton. And then we would like eat the leftovers and stuff. But really, you're not gonna go shopping as much as you think you will, and you're not gonna have to buy a bunch of groceries. I don't know, maybe this is just coming from me, but at least for me, like I did not have to go grocery shopping shopping as much as I thought I would, and I definitely didn't cook as much as I thought I would. My next thing is textbooks are a waste of money, and I think anybody could tell you this. I think there's a lot of loopholes. I don't think you always have to buy them because a lot of times you don't use them, and I don't think, with the exception of one that I had to read because like the books were in there, I didn't open any of my other textbooks. I don't think you really need them, and there's a lot of online resources. Anymore, you can probably find all the stuff that's in the textbooks or even just a PDF online. At least for me, I am not a learner who learns from reading things. Like, I do much better if I watch like a Khan Academy video or like just doing practice problems or things like that. So like just reading doesn't help me at all. So I think textbooks, waste of money. I thought I was gonna be using them a ton. Definitely not. Which kind of leads me to my next one. In high school, they tell you all the time, they're like, oh, like, you have to do this because in college, your professors aren't gonna let it slide. Your professors are a lot less professional than high school teachers make them out to be. And sometimes, like, my professors did things where I was like, oh my, like, in high school, I thought you guys were gonna be, like, scary, you know, kind of all this stuff. But honestly, like, they're a lot less professional. A lot of times they let a lot of things go, like, they understand you have a lot to do, and they're kind of like, oh, like, yeah. They're definitely, at least my semester, aren't as strict on like MLA and stuff like that as they are in high school, but also just like little things like for extra credit. For one of my classes, I could dress up as a history character and like submit things. So they're definitely like a lot less professional than you think, and honestly, like, you can email them, ask for things. That will be a huge advantage. My kind of thing with emailing my professors is like, what do I have to lose? If I ask and they say no, I'm like, yeah, I'm just back where I started. So you might as well email them and just ask, and a lot of times it can get you places. So definitely email your professors. That's something a lot of people didn't really tell me, but your professors really just want to help you. So okay, my next one that I didn't really expect and people didn't really tell me is that maintaining friendships definitely takes a lot of effort. It's not like high school where you're there and you see them every day and like it's just kind of like happens. I feel like in high school and like elementary school, you make friends because it's like convenient, because they're there, you're with them all the time. It's not really like that. Especially with like online school, it's not like I'm sitting next to somebody and like being friends with them because we sit next to each other. It's like you're in your room and you kind of have to make friends and maintain those friendships. And it takes a lot of effort, and you really do have to set time aside for that, and you kind of have to budget like school time and then time for like my roommates and my friends and stuff like that, and it takes a lot of effort, and that is something I was not expecting. I think just because I grew up in high school and stuff like that where it's like my friends were people I was doing stuff with constantly, and it's not really like that in college. It's kind of like everyone is on their own path, and you really have to branch out if you want to make them connect. Otherwise, you aren't in the same classes most of the time. You don't work in the same places. You don't really live with each other unless you're roommates. So definitely it takes a lot more effort than I was expecting. Here's another one. Learn this one the best way possible. Okay, procrastination, it works, okay? You get stuff done. And like I always tell people, like me and one of my friends were like, look, we wouldn't procrastinate if it didn't work. I don't know. And I'm just busy. Like I work a lot too, so it's not like I'm like procrastinating and just like watching Netflix all the time. It's like I'm procrastinating because I don't have time to do stuff right then. But truly, some of my best work has been done the night of or the night before, or like right when it's crunch time. You can cram and it will be just fine. So I don't know, scientifically they might have different things said out there, but for me and at least people I know, like procrastination, cramming, all those things, they work. And I had a class where I had to do like these essays, I don't know what they're, I couldn't even tell you what they are. Clearly that shows that was not my favorite class, but I had to do like these papers, and I would do them the night before. And there was one time I was going on a little road trip with a few of my friends, and we were leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'd been working all week, and it was like Saturday morning that I was leaving. Friday night, I come home, I'm like, I have to write this paper. I hadn't even started it. So that night, I started it at like 5 p.m. I was writing until 3 o'clock in the morning. We literally went through the night. Then I got packed. Then I left at 5. So like I was writing all the way up until like 30 minutes before we left. Then I packed all my stuff, left, and submitted it on the road trip at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I got the highest grade in the class for that paper. And my TA wrote on there, she's like, great, I can tell you spent a lot of time on this paper. I was like, yeah. Totally did. Just depends on when your brain functions best. For me, works best at night. I don't really work best in the morning, so I'd rather take a test at midnight than 9 a.m. Okay, coming to the end of my list kind of here. But your first couple semesters, I came in with a bunch of credit, so I feel like I didn't even really get the brunt of this. But your prereq classes will feel like high school classes, except there will be a lot of reading, and then your final grade will be comprised of like 2 or 3 exams, and that's it. So those classes, they suck. That's just kind of all I got, is you just kind of have to know that your GEs and your general credits, they're just everybody hates them. Everybody has to get through them. But after your first couple semesters, you'll be done, and it'll be way better because you're starting like major coursework and stuff like that they're actually interested in. But the GEs, definitely, they're some of the worst classes. And seriously, I'm not even kidding. I had a class where my final grade, like 3 exams, and that was it. There was no homework, like nothing like that. So those classes are tough, and they can affect your GPA. And it's kind of dumb because it's like, I don't know, like a humanities class or something when you're majoring in something in science. So it's kind of dumb, but they're tough classes, and they do require a lot of work, a lot of effort, and they're not going to be something you're interested in. Okay, my last thing is, again, I feel like I touched on this earlier, it's just that you're going to learn a lot about yourself, and you're going to really have to learn about how to like handle people and people you don't agree with, people you don't, I don't know, get along with, and there will be people you don't get along with, kind of everything. And you really do learn to appreciate things that like your parents taught you. You kind of, sometimes you meet people and you're like, how did they get here? Like, whoa. But you really do learn to appreciate things that your parents taught you, the kind of things that like you grew up already knowing. And I feel like because I have a lot of siblings, like that's really come into advantage with like living with a lot of roommates, because I'm like very conscious of other people, and that's a skill that I've learned to appreciate. And just kind of things like that. You really do learn a lot about yourself, and it is fun having a lot of freedom. You can kind of do whatever you want, whenever you want. You do have to bear the consequences of that, but it's really fun, and it is a time where you get to choose everything for yourself, and you get to do whatever you want. So it's really fun. So take advantage of it, meet a lot of people. I don't feel like I've missed out on a college experience because my college experience is different, and I get to do a lot of things that people don't normally get to do, where my classes are online, so I can go drive up to the Tetons, or I can go skiing and things like that that people can't usually do during the day while they're supposed to be in school. So that's been something that's really fun. But I'm excited for everybody who is about to go to school or choosing their school. It's an exciting thing. Be excited, have a lot of fun. Everybody else who's going to school, good luck. Classes are hard. Got a lot going on. I get it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, hearing some things that I learned my first semester of college. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.